Day 864. It's a little less than an hour to midnight. I just finished watching not long ago Zombieland, which was a hilarious movie. Great, I love it. I mean, I'm a big horror movie fan and zombie movie fan. It was great. But it did remind me of an old theory that I used to have, given the fact that there's so many zombie movies lately, and horror movies, and Zombieland, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, Land of the Dead, all the dead movies, all the undead movies, Return of the Living Dead, all that stuff. I mean, it's saturated the culture. The idea of the dead rising from the grave is not complete fiction. I mean, obviously it's fiction, but it's not an unheard of idea lately. And that, coupled with all the other disaster movies that we have, like the 2012 movie, earthquake movies, volcano movies, and then the general idea that we're at the end of times, and this is the end days. I mean, after all, I am counting down to the most anticlimactic day known to man. But of course, that's my opinion and my idea. A lot of people would say it's the end date, but okay, now getting to my point. Given the fact that our culture is so saturated with these ideas of end times, it's in the mentality of man. If global consciousness, human consciousness, is something that we all share, and if it's timeless, it's conceivable that a mind from 200, 2,000 years ago, or anywhere along that timeline that we're living in, this consciousness that we all share is timeless. So the earlier times, when people maybe were in tune with the consciousness of mankind, the reason why they've predicted this to be the end days is because our culture has become saturated with that idea through movies and media and video games and all these other concoctions. And the whole fact that it aligns with a sort of date is pure coincidence. But it makes for a very specific date to allow predictions to seem valid. So in this stream of consciousness that is humanity, really does span over thousands of years, and certain people, Nostradamus or those that wrote the Bible and all that stuff, had these concepts of end of days. Maybe they were just tapping in to our future consciousness that is saturated with zombies and destruction and the end of the world. But it's not real. It's just the way they could explain it in their times. It's just an interesting thought. Discuss.